Hi, my name is Nancy Montes. I'm 33 years old, and I started a 12-week transformation in November 2014. I didn't start off overweight, but I wasn't, before I started the program, I thought I was fit. I was a runner, and I ran a lot of half marathons, and I did 10Ks, but the problem was I just wasn't, I lost a lot of muscle mass, and I wasn't strong enough. And I wanted to take a different approach. I wanted to get stronger, and I wanted to just reshape my body. I was intimidated. I was intimidated when I would go into a gym. I never lifted weights, and I never lifted weights because I didn't know how to lift weights. I didn't know the proper way. I didn't know the proper form to lift weights. I started it in mid-November, which is right before the holidays. People thought I was crazy. They're like, what are you doing starting this transformation right before the holidays? You know, there's gonna be a ton of people cooking. There's gonna be all these, all these treats and candies. And I was like, you know what? I just felt like I needed to do it right there and then. Like I felt inside of me that I just felt like I needed to start it now. It was not easy. It was hard. It was hard, going, especially like at work, you'd have a ton of people bring snacks and candies, and you would have guests bring you gifts, chocolate gifts and things like that. Or you would go over a family member's house and they would have tons of food cooked, especially for like Christmas and New Year's. And I think that would probably be one of the hardest things is just going through the program during that time and having to say no, and not just having to say no, but having your family members or friends understand the reason why you're saying no. There's a lot of people out there that they just don't get it. They think that you're crazy because they feel like this is a diet, and I don't feel like this is a diet. I feel like this is a lifestyle. I feel like eating healthy is a lifestyle. So there are times where I felt like I did have to eat something that was not on my meal plan only because I didn't have a choice, and I felt like the reason because of that was because I didn't set myself up. I didn't meal prep, or I was so stressed with school and work that I didn't think about it. And I would say like that's one of the things that probably set me up for failure, was not thinking ahead. This transformation has really changed the way I look at things, and has really changed the way I feel. And because before I did this transformation, I felt like I was gonna break down, because all I was doing was studying, working, and going to school, and I didn't socialize, I didn't do anything, and I did feel myself getting depressed, and I didn't know how to change that. But since starting the transformation and coming into Imago and meeting all the girls that are going through the same things that I was going through, or just have the same goals that I have, I'm very appreciated that I'm around a bunch of people that encourage each other. I've never walked into Imago and felt like I wasn't being encouraged or I wasn't being pushed. Everyone lifts each other up, and I love that positive aspect of it, and I feel like it has mentally just helped me throughout my life. And I feel like the skills that I have learned at Imago is definitely something that is imprinted in me now. I would say it varies. It could vary because my schedule is very tight. I have a very tight schedule. I don't have any days off. So there's some days that I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do cardio. There's other days that I'll get up at 5, and then I'll come to the Imago studio to do the weights, so I'll end up doing two workouts. But in between that, I'm also going to school. I'm driving to I live in Hayward, so I'm driving to San Francisco, and I go to school there, and then I'll drive to San Jose, and I'll come do the workouts. And then after that, I go to Starbucks and I study. I study until 8 or 9, and then I go home. Keeps me sane and keeps me in line is having that discipline. That's another thing I love about Imago, is that it's definitely helped me with discipline. I learned I learned that about myself. I learned that I love the discipline of the transformation and the way the program is run. It's like I'm held accountable. It keeps me in line with everything. It keeps me in line with school. I'm on a schedule, and I feel like I'm actually more productive than when I wasn't doing the transformation. I feel like I have more energy. I feel like I just feel like it keeps me organized and on top of things. To me, I find it really easy just to put it in the microwave, heat it up 2 minutes, and I could be mixing color, or I could be mixing color. While mixing color, I'm like eating, or which I know it's probably not the best way to do things, but you have to do what you have to do. You know, it's like you have to get your meals in when you have to get your meals in. And that's the one thing that I love about Imago, is that it's really taught me like how to eat properly. You don't have to go out and figure out because I know when I'm hungry, I want to eat everything on the menu. I want to eat everything on the menu, but when I meal prep, it's like I have everything there ready to go. I don't have to think about it. I just eat what I have already, and I'm ready to go. And I save money in the process and save money and time in the process.